Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant Rajan. Welcome to Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com, the only community where you get guided assistance to invest in stock market, bonds, mutual funds, fixed deposits, and all kinds of insurance. If you are not a part of this amazing community yet, visit our website MPIinvest.com to join the free investment community. Closed in green at 16,220 on Friday, while the FII selling still continued. But one good thing we can say is the FII selling has actually decreased over a period of time. So that's something really good, as long as of course they are not waiting for a huge sell off once the market is kind of up. So that's something that we need to watch out for now. And like I've been telling you, 16,000 now will be forming a major support, and I don't think the 16,000 will be broken soon until or unless there's a big bad news, right? So of course, the US market actually closed in green after the Indian markets closed on Friday. So that was kind of giving some positivity in the market, but all those positivities kind of changed this morning because of China. In fact, as per a report, Chinese factories are facing the heat because of the lower demand in the US and the Europe developed countries like them. So majorly because of the huge pent up demand which was built up during the COVID time is kind of easing out right now, and because of which, as the economy is normalizing, the demand is also kind of slightly reducing, because of which the factory productions are getting hit, and the production doesn't have enough demand, and based on all this the trades are also kind of going to reduce between the countries, and because of all this in turn, even the freight charges which were on a high with huge demand are coming down. In fact, the container cost of shipping has actually come down by almost 24% compared to last year, which is something good for the inflation, I would say, because the inflation can kind of come down. See, the freight charges were high, the product charges demand were really high, and with all this the prices were going higher and higher. So if the container charges are going to come down, the export and import can also be coming down, cost would come down. Basically that would help reduce inflation. So that way it is good, but then is that good for a company? Not really, because the demand is kind of reducing, and because of which it is time to actually buck up and start increasing sales. So that's something which is kind of negative news, and we could see Hong Kong market already falling more than 2% in the early morning trade. So not only that, we could also see another big news coming in from China, where Tencent and Alibaba, which are two major companies of China, have been fined by the Chinese government for anti-monopoly rules. And that's something again going to give negativity to the market, and that's exactly why we could see Shanghai market also trading in the red today. So that's kind of giving some negativity in the Asian markets as of now. Shanghai is already down 1.45%, and Taiwan is down 0.71%. Hong Kong is already down 2.79% since morning. But if you look at the overall sentiment, I would say, of course, it is slightly negative for the Asian countries, but then I don't think India should be much affected by this, because for us, one good thing that we can look at is the shipping price coming down, container prices, freight charges coming down, which is actually good to contain inflation. In fact, there is one more news from the RBI governor, who came out and said that they are looking forward to the inflation easing in this month. So that is something good, I can say. So all those are kind of positive, but with all this Asian negativity, and also the Dow futures are falling in the morning. So with all that, we are set to see a gap down opening. So I would of course talk about it a little later. So before that, let us go look at some stock specific news. So some major stocks to be in focus today would be TCS. Like I told you, the results were good in terms of profit, but then the net profit has actually reduced. Gross profit was higher, the demand is getting higher, the markets are really looking good, but then since the costs have increased, majorly the employee cost and also the high attrition, like I told you, attrition levels have touched almost 20% in TCS, which is not looking good. So all these are kind of going to set a slightly negative tone for the IT sector, entire IT sector. So all IT sector stocks would be in focus today, because the results of TCS came in after the market closed on Friday. Of course, the IT sector has actually corrected majorly a lot already. So I am yet to see whether this part has been factored into the market or not. So if this has been factored into the market, then we could see the market kind of stable. But then otherwise, we would see the market actually going slightly down, especially for the IT stocks. Apart from that, there is good news from Tata Motors. So we've spoken about a lot of good news yesterday in the evening meeting. So apart from that, Tata Motors is also hiking prices of all its products by almost 0.5%. So which is going to impact positively. So that's something that we can look forward to. The next news is of course for HDFC, with all the approvals coming in fast. Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority (PFRDA) has also approved the merger between HDFC and HDFC Bank. So that can be seen as a positive as well. But here comes a surprise. What is the surprise? Adani Group is planning a surprise entry into the telecom spectrum. Yes, they are looking to acquire telecom spectrum, and they are going to directly pitch against Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Jio. So that's something, Reliance Jio and Bharti Airtel, which is the strong contenders in this area, are going to face a new heat from the Adani side right now. So how is this going to affect the market? That's something that we need to look out for. So however, this can be kind of slight negative for Jio and Bharti, but apart from that, we could see this as a positive side for the Adani. But I'm kind of still surprised how Adani is able to manage. I mean, of course, they might be really aggressive, but then there is a kind of limit, isn't it? So that's really too much to handle, and that's kind of not giving me enough confidence on the Adani group. Let's see how things go on there. So apart from that, Kotak Mahindra Bank is in news, as they have actually taken over the complete agriculture and healthcare equipment financing portfolio of D-Lag Ledan Financial Services India, which is majorly into all these kind of loans, and that is something that's really good for Kotak, because they are going to get access to almost 25,000 high quality customers with a total standard loan outstanding of almost 582 crores. So that's an amazing addition, I would say. So Kotak Bank can be something in focus as well today. Apart from that, Indigo is in news again. Things are not looking good yet, as Rohini Bhatia, a non-executive, non-independent director, has resigned from the board of directors of the company. In fact, Rohini Bhatia is the wife of Rahul Bhatia, who is one of the co-founders and promoters, and joined the board in 2019. So all these things are kind of not setting the tone right now. So let's see how things go on, and then decide should we hold on or move on. So that's something we'll look out for. Apart from that, Avenue supermarkets would be in supermarts would be in focus today, because their results were something really good that came out of the market close. In fact, the consolidated net profit has jumped to 642 crores, which is almost 6 times from what it was last year. So that's something kind of very steep hike. So we would see definitely some really positive action there in Avenue Supermarts. So yes, this is one more stock in our radar. Let us look forward to add it at some right time. Apart from that, if you look at SGX Nifty right now, so SGX Nifty is kind of trading in the red. It is indicating a gap down opening close to 16,100. So we might see an opening in India around 16,100 to 150. So that's something we can look out for the Gold Club members who are holding some call and put positions that we had taken on Friday. I am sure your call positions would be coming into some good green. So that's something that we can book our profits for, and of course let us take new trades based on the market situation. So with that, wishing you all a profitable day in the market today. This is Srikant Rajan signing off, but before that, do press the like button and share this with your friends to help them learn and invest together with us. Goodbye, and wishing you a profitable day again.